not with your friends.
Nope. You can't invite your
What
friends
the-
to the group. Yeah.
What the fuck? That is like the most back-assward shit I've ever heard. Well, it's like most Nintendo games you have to be friends with someone to play online.
Yeah.
So it's like, what the if that was literally any other company, I wouldn't care.
It's because they said it's to keep people from trying to cheat the system, I guess.
Hey, are you guys recording?
Yeah.
I am.
Okay, good. Because this is
It's been
going
like a
in.
minute. Anyway.
But, yeah, I mean, it's Nintendo. They've been behind on this shit for, like, decades.
They're constantly behind, yet trying to innovate at all times.
Right, yeah.
I don't understand how Nintendo continuously has an insanely rabid fan base when they put out quality shit, but the stuff that comes with the quality shit is never quality.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like-
Because they seem to be focused usually more on, like, hardware or whatever. They're always trying to make the new, not necessarily like a toy, but, like the Nintendo Labo or some shit, or the Switch, or...
That is a
they're
toy.
always
It's
making
literally
some new
just fucking
hardware.
cardboard.
Yeah, it's literally a toy. But, I mean, like, they're not focused on, making the shit that already exists better. They're just trying to put the shit out there, get people to buy it,
They
and then
want
move
the
on to
new
the next
fad.
thing.
They just always want to be at the new fad. You
Well,
know,
They
it's
want
like-
to be ahead. They want to be ahead of the curve.
It's not even
Even
like
they-
it's not even like the games they produce for their main series are bad, like Pokemon, like Zelda, like
Well, I mean, this new Pokemon's about to be bad.
is it? Oh, because of
Yeah.
all the issues it has. Yeah.
It's got a ton of issues. Plus, it just looks like shit. Like visually.
You know,
But-
I'm excited for it though because I haven't played a Pokemon game in like 10 years.
yeah, I bought Pokemon X and it's coming today.
Oh, wait. Right. Right.
What, Amazon?
The last one I played was Sun and Moon.
Yeah,
That's
And that's it.
I was
Yeah.
just like, why would you get X?
because I haven't played it.
X is a good. X and Y are good.
Oh, I
X and Y
know.
are actually
I know
pretty
that.
good.
I'm just saying, like, it's old.
I know, but like it's not one of those games that I can like it's not like Heart Gold and Soul Silver where I can just kind of be like, well, I've already played that.
Yeah. I was also gonna say, it's not Pokemon's not one of those games where you have to play the new one because it's the same game every time, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, like I like
Yeah.
seeing the change in story and like location in Pokemon.
Yeah,
and
like
stuff.
if you're interested in like the new places and the new Pokemon and all that stuff and the new characters, then yeah, sure, check it out. But I'm like, for me, I only really care about the first maybe 3 generations. Like I played up till Sun and Moon, but I only really liked the first 3.
I just need it to be confirmed that I can find a Cyndaquil in Sword and Shield.
Well, we don't know yet.
Yeah, I
since
know.
Nintendo, since fucking Nintendo
I'm
isn't
worried
sure.
because that's all I care about. I just want to catch a Cyndaquil and make that my main Pokemon.
all I ever do is try to catch Pikachu's.
I'm sure there will be plenty of
I'm-
Pikachu.
Pikachu's
There's-
and Eevee.
There's no way they're not going to put Pikachu or Eevee in the game.
Yeah, especially since they just did Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
I'm a little sad that Eevee couldn't evolve, but it's okay.
So. Oh well.
Sad pandas.
Yeah.
Can't
You just have to wait for a real Pokemon game to come out.
can't
so you
get
can
one
do
of
it.
my favorite Pokemon, which is Jolteon.
I can't get my absolute favorite Pokemon, which is Umbreon. But my
Ah.
second favorite Pokemon is Eevee, so it's okay.
Sure, like I'll make do. You know,
Yeah.
my favorites are my favorites are Cyndaquil, Jolteon, and Farfetch.
Fucking Farfetch. Give him the fucking leak.
Yep.
Talk about the most like nothing Pokemon, Farfetch. Like
I absolutely love Farfetch. Absolutely.
so weird. Like it has nothing. Like, there's no evolution. I don't even think it has. It has like one
It's-
unique move.
it's
I think.
got
and that's
nothing.
it.
Absolutely nothing. But
You know what
It's
it does
totally
have?
not viable.
You know what it does have? It has its own anime episode and it has its own item. And that's all that
Yeah.
matters.
I remember as a kid, I thought Farfetch was the coolest because he just didn't give a fuck. And he had like a weapon.
yeah, he gave no fucks and he used Leak as a weapon and we walk
Yeah.
around going fire, fire,
You
fire,
just
fetch,
smack.
fire.
Yeah, you just like smack the shit out of everybody, and but
He
like,
had his own little jaunty tune every time he walked around because he did left,
Anyway.
left, right, left. But
fuck Farfetch.
but saying Farfetch.
We should probably sync.
We probably should sing. Hey,
Oh yeah,
let's go ahead and sync up at 5 minutes. All right.
yeah.
I'll cut this part out, but hey, everybody, we're syncing. And we're back. Alrighty. But yeah, no. Like, I'm just worried about not being able to get my favorite Pokemon. Because I'm like,
Well, another thing another thing Disney, or not Disney, fuck, Nintendo.
Yeah, your hate train's mixed up there.
You know what? You know what's funny is Nintendo is basically Japan's Disney.
Well, they're video game Disney basically.
Mm-hmm.
But so Nintendo was like, not Nintendo,
okay.
Game Freak
Actually,
technically was like, there's not enough. What?
Nintendo is what Disney wishes it was. EA is Disney. They buy everything out, and they try
because Disney and Nintendo are like this. Like they put out like games for kids, like put out stuff like basically for children,
I guess so.
children to families.
See,
the people who are always like,
you know what?
Because Nintendo does that too. Nintendo has a bunch of properties they just buy up too.
Oh, do they? Okay. All right, then
Dude,
yeah. Look at
Pokemon.
But Nintendo was like, Game Freak was like, the reason there's not going to be, you will not be able to get every Pokemon in this new game because it's one, they kept saying it was too much work, which is not true because they basically future-proofed the models in Sun and Moon. It's just a bunch of shit to where it's like, you guys are just bullshit. You either just don't want to do the work or something went wrong. You don't want to tell everybody what happened.
I mean, I was talking about this with Keon, and it might end up just being file size.
Well, that's why they did this. They did that for Sun and Moon. I think it was Sun and Moon. Like, if you played it, you would notice that the fucking frame rate would drop because all the models were too much for the DS to handle.
Yeah. Well, it's just like it might be one of those things where they can't physically put it on the cartridge.
Yeah.
I mean,
which
I don't
would
know.
be totally fine if they were just like, yeah, we can't put it all on the cartridge.
Because they got like what 900 of the fuckers now.
Oh yeah,
1,000 or
crazy.
Something.
It's ridiculous.
Or you know what?
And here's the thing, like, people are like, oh, I can't get my fucking blankety-blank Pokemon in there. I don't give a fuck, really. If, like, to me, you shouldn't be able to get every single Pokemon in all these regions. You shouldn't, like, it's fine to me that the games can't fit them all. Like, let these games stand on their own, you know? Let this region stand on its own. I don't need fucking every starter from all the previous games and every legendary from all the previous games and every fucking top tier Pokemon from all the previous games in this new game. Just give me a good game, you know?
Like, the one thing I can see is, like, say, if they're not going to have every Pokemon, give us a list, or give us a thing where you can select the Pokemon you want to have. Like, you'd be like, okay, these are the ones that I want in the game, and then autofill the rest.
That would be interesting if they downloaded something from the eShop.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, just like,
well, they have Pokemon Home, but people can't get their Pokemon in the new game with it, so it's more like Pokemon Hell because they're just stuck there.
Yeah, so like that's all I'm saying is like, if it's a size issue where you can't fit all the Pokemon in the on the cartridge. Make a list where you can select the Pokemon you want in the game and then auto-fill the rest. So that way, like, you can get the ones that you want, possibly, and then everything else is just whatever's supposed to be there.
Well, they can only put in what they have the models for, what they put in the thing already.
Well, what I'm saying is if they make as much, like, if they were to make all the Pokemon, right? But it doesn't fit on the cartridge.
But according to them, they're not.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
And they can't even put them on there.
Well,
is what they're saying.
I know that's what they're saying. I'm saying what they could do if it's a size issue, like Derek was saying. Like there's too much data to put on the cartridge, right? Is what instead of putting all the Pokemon on there, you choose your select few, and then whatever else can fit will get put on there.
That's basically the same as just having all the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Which they can't do.
No.
Which they cannot do.
No.
Which we just said they cannot do.
You don't have to load them all. Okay. You don't have to load them all in. Is what I'm saying.
So, I think I understand both sides of this argument because what Kaz is saying is he wants Cyndaquil, Jolteon, and fucking Leak Monster, and
Leak Monster,
and that would be part of his storage, and everything else would just be filled up with random bullshit. But the thing is that they can't do that if they just ship the cartridge. Because everyone's going to want different Pokemon.
Yeah, I was going to say, can't you do that with DLC, though?
Yeah, but that's not what... like, that's why I was understanding what you were saying. But that's not what you were saying.
Okay, my bad. I was saying the cartridge gives you the ability to access the DLC, is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah. I think...
Yeah, if they do it late, like they put out stuff later, yeah. then you could try that. Which is what they do with like X and Y and Sun and Moon, where they would have events where they would just give you.
Yeah,
Pokemon.
I'm not saying later though. I'm saying like they make it all like I'm saying if it's not a time thing, but a size issue is what I'm saying. Where it's all the Pokemon. Listen, okay, I'm gonna rephrase this. All the Pokemon are on the cloud. Every single Pokemon is in the cloud, right? DLC cloud, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get the cartridge. There are no Pokemon on the cartridge. It's just the game, right? And then you download the texture packs and everything from the cloud.
What the shit? Hold up. We're getting into too much. It's a fucking Pokemon game, dude. We're not trying to download texture packs and have nothing in the game until you decided. Nobody wants to do that bullshit.
No one does. But
all.
I'm saying if that's the issue, that the size is the issue. All right, there's the fix.
It's
a terrible fix. Yes, I get it.
That's a ridiculous solution to a problem that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's a little much. Like it's
Yeah.
it's a little crazy
I
to be like, all right,
agree,
don't put anything in the game. Wait till it like.
Well, it's not like nothing in the game. Like obviously, you get your things are guaranteed to be
Because
in that
then,
region.
because then, what if you just don't connect to the internet at all, or whatever?
Well,
you
then
don't download the Pokemon.
Then
You just have what's already in the game.
Fuck
Then-
your $60.
then you're fucked. Yeah, you're fucked.
So
Absolutely.
I think the workaround for that would be to like just send the game how it's coming now, and then on top of that, allow for it to connect to the internet and be like, hey, I want these Pokemon in the game, and this is what I want downloaded to the cartridge or downloaded to my Switch memory base,
Yeah.
and then you can
Now,
access it from there.
See, okay, so if they had the game with all of it, the base Pokemon in it, and then they had like, here's the Kanto region pack, and here's the Johto region pack, and here's the Hoenn region pack. That would make more sense to me.
That's a good solution. Yeah,
Instead of just picking and choosing from each place.
mine was a little
randomly.
ridiculous. Yeah, that's a much better reason.
You just wanted to customize your fucking
I
games,
just-
man.
I just wanted.
It's like all this super complicated shit. It's just like, it doesn't need to be that difficult.
$5 for a DLC pack. Let's go.
Yep,
Yeah.
there you go.
Well, I mean, it's Nintendo, so it's not going to be $5.
It's like
It's
$15
gonna
to
be like
$20. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I mean, the only way I would pay for that is if it came with all of the bullshit from like Leaf Green and Fire Red and
the only way I would pay for that is if I had to still go catch the Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to
Well,
just.
I think, what game did that? I want to say, there's a game that you can basically transfer Pokemon over, and it transfers over to like a almost a Safari Zone type place, and you would just walk into the grass, and it would just be your Pokemon, and you would just throw a ball and immediately capture it.
Gotcha.
oh, that was Diamond.
Is that what it was? Yeah.
Yeah, because that was the way to get all the Pokemon from like Emerald and Fire Red into the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Which I thought that was fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
I just don't like the fact. Like, I don't like the idea that you buy Pokemon. That,
I mean, $60.
Well,
at
no,
the store.
I meant like. I meant like, okay, you go to the eShop and like, I want the Kanto region pack. You go into your game and they're all in your little Bills box or whatever it's called. Bills PC, that's what it's called.
Dude,
I mean, it hasn't been Bill's PC in like 10 years.
Oh, well,
It's
that's
it changes with every game cost.
That's
Yeah.
okay. Well, I haven't played since Crystal.
Yeah, that would do it.
I
Too
haven't
much
played.
fucking Pokemon puzzle.
I don't even think it was Bill's PC and Crystal.
It was Bill's PC and Crystal.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was still Johto.
That's true, yeah.
Because that's all. I haven't played since Crystal, so I mean,
Yeah.
this is gonna be my first Pokemon game, so I'm kind of excited. And then probably not gonna play the game ever.
Do you even own a Switch?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He beat my ass in fucking
Smash.
yeah, that one.
I told him he's lost forever now.
Yeah, I was winning until he bought a Switch, and then I lost.
I
I guess. I don't know how I feel about Sword and Shield. I don't know, man.
You've been hurt by Pokemon for like the last like couple of years.
Yeah. I mean, because it's not even like Sun and Moon were bad. They were just
It wasn't what you're
just
looking for.
just kind of boring. You know, it didn't have that adventurous spirit like the previous games did. So
That's why I'm kind of
It-
excited about the open. Oh, go ahead, Jurek.
No, good.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm kind of excited for the open world stuff.
yeah.
I'm playing through Ultra Sun right now, and I finished I think all of the boss kahunas or whatever they're called, like the gym leaders.
The kahunas.
And because the police guy is the last one, right? The like really creepy police guy.
I'm not sure for Ultra Sun and Moon, since I only played regular Sun and Moon.
Yeah. But I just beat him. And there was a huge fucking spike in difficulty for him. I don't know if this was in the original game, but like everyone else's Pokemon were like level like 30 something. And you fight him like, I shit you not, probably 15 minutes later, and his shit's like 44. And it just one shot my ass.
See, I didn't have that. I don't really ever have issues with difficulty spikes in Pokemon games because usually my first Pokemon is already fully evolved by the time I hit the first gym.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot you actually like doing pointless grinding.
Yeah, we both do.
I can't stand that shit.
Because I just like to crush. I just like to be done with it. You know, like usually there's already enough shit I gotta deal with in these games, so it's like I don't want to have to deal with getting one shotted by somebody's fucking Miltank rolling out on me every fucking turn. So I'm just gonna destroy them in one shot, you know.
Miltank, use rollout. Oh shit, my Pokemon's at 15 HP. Time to switch. Miltank, use rollout. Ah shit, my Pokemon's at 15 HP. Time to switch.
Yeah, but I beat him, and I'm in like the Aether Foundation base right now. So that's interesting.
I did like that stuff. I did like the stuff with that lady and her kids.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Like the dude who has the weird Pokemon. It's like a fucking weird chimera of shit. The edgy rival guy. I can't remember his name. He's got like the weird hair over one half of his face.
Yeah,
I can't remember his fucking name. Yeah. I liked all like the villain stuff in that game because that villain was actually kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But
X and Y has Team Plasma, right? Where they're like against Pokemon abuse.
No, Team Plasma is.
Oh, is that Black and White?
X and I think Team Plasma is Diamonds and Pearl.
Which one's Black and White? Is that the dude with
Black and White is. I don't want to forget because I know what you're talking about. There is the guy who's like he has like a different Pokemon team every single time because he releases a Pokemon. I'm pretty sure that is Black and White with the Pokemon activist or whatever. And then X and Y is the weird guy who was like the king from 1,000 years ago who used a super weapon to kill everybody.
Jesus.
Yeah, the villains kind of escalate a little bit, and and they're kind of weird.
I miss the days when Team Rocket just wanted some money.
Yeah, like I still think Giovanni to me is the coolest villain. Like he's
corporate stooge. He's just corporate.
Right. Yeah, he's the big corporate bad guy. Yeah, and then you find him in the gym, and you're like, oh, this is the shit. But
I think that was the coolest reveal for me when I first played Pokemon was the fact that the gym leaders weren't all just good people.
Right, yeah, you had like bad guys in there too.
Yeah.
Mike,
it's like, wow, this is like the real world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, you want just enough real world where you can be like down to earth, but you don't want enough where you feel like you're still living.
I want it to be relatable, but at the same time, I want the good guys to win.
It's like, yeah.
Which is completely unrelatable.
Yeah, that's 100%. I mean, it's not unrelatable, but most of the time it's not.
It's not realistic.
Yeah.
Dude, I live in America. We haven't been the good guys since like 1945.
I was gonna say, like the good guys will win, but when you look up as a good guy, you still see the smog in the sky.
Yeah.
You're like, I won, but our Earth is still fucked.
What's new? Actually, that was probably one of the... I really got to go back and beat Sapphire, like the new versions of Sapphire and Ruby.
Oh, dude, they're so fucking good, dude. They're so good.
I've heard.
They're my favorite Pokemon game, straight up. Like they like it's already my favorite generation, and then they take all the shit I loved in that generation and just up until 11. So fucking good.
Sapphire's the one right after Crystal, right?
Perfect games. Yeah. Yeah, they're after.
Yeah,
it's like right after.
Yeah, I would have to say those are probably the peak of where I was interested in Pokemon because after that it was just like, oh, what are you doing? Those aren't Pokemon.
Yeah. Well, I've said it before. Like the first 3 games are like the perfect trilogy of games. Like the first one is like simple, okay, whatever. Second one is like the first one but more, and the third one is something completely different. Where you're going somewhere new, doing new Pokemon.
So I liked how the Johto games had you go back to Kanto.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
And I think you can do that in Sapphire and Ruby too, right? Like the new
No,
ones?
you cannot. No. You are told you're Justin Hoenn in those games.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
because it's too far away. They even mention it that it's like really really far away from Johto and Kanto.
The other thing I'm excited for for the new Pokemon games, the Sword and Shield, is it's European.
Oh yeah,
And-
yeah, no, yeah, because you're a big Europe boy.
I am a big Europe boy. Like Scottish is one of my favorite accents, or I should say Irish is one of my favorite accents. Scottish is my next favorite. I just can't understand Scottish, so I default to Irish. Or
I think it's another reason I'm not super interested in Sword and Shield is because I just find all that shit boring.
Gotcha.
It like a lot of stuff's played out. A lot of like the European medieval type shit is played
Yeah.
out. So kind of like if it was like I don't know, like a game set in Brazil or something, or
that'd
like a
be
Brazil based
interesting.
place or something. Like just something that isn't like you know just kind of typical samey easy
Yeah.
shit. Because like that's why I did appreciate that about Sun and Moon is that it was like on a weird Hawaii island.
Yeah.
You know, so
I want to see.
I like the change in like I like how
geography.
different it is.
yeah.
Even if the game was pretty easy, I like how different it was, and
Right,
I like
yeah.
a lot of the redesigns.
How would you feel about a rainforest or like a tundra or something?
Well, I mean, those have been in the games before.
Okay, again,
I don't think the issue was that like Alola was like big enough to just be like Hawaii essentially,
yeah,
Yeah.
and have a bunch of Hawaiian settings and like, or maybe it's like island settings and they're taking inspiration from like other shit.
yeah,
But like I feel like there aren't a lot of places around the world where you can be like, yeah, this is good enough to make an entire game out of.
yeah. I guess you're right.
Like maybe you could do Brazil because it's just fucking huge.
And it
Well, that's
has,
what I mean,
it
like-
has a
like-
giant rainforest in it.
It does.
Like, just take like a culture and then use that as inspiration for your game.
You know what I'd really like to see at some point?
Hmm.
I would really like to see like them go back to like the original Pokemon trainers where they didn't use Pokeballs or anything and you just had to like subdue them.
Oh yeah, just fucking just hit the shit out of me. Like, you're on my team now.
Yeah,
or like
They
create a bond with
they
them.
talk about that in the games. Yeah, they talk about that. There's a what is it called? It's like Pokemon Ranger or something.
Yeah, where you use
don't-
the stylus.
Yeah, you don't capture them. You like use the stylus to circle them, and then they like become friendly or whatever.
Yeah, you fucking let it rip with a Beyblade and then they become friendly.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yo, what's it called? I just imagine what's it called Pokken, but with humans versus Pokemon. You just have Jin.
Jeez.
Dude, I
That'd be
actually
fucking-
fucking love Pokemon Tournament.
I'd be all over it. I never played it because it was on the fucking Wii U.
It's on
Never
Switch
got
too.
one. Is it?
Yeah.
But yeah, like
another
I suck
reason
dick at
it
it,
was-
but it is fun.
I just imagine like what's it called Hihachi with like a what's it called a Hitmontop, or yeah, just like going up, electrocuting the Hitmontop until he starts spitting on his head.
Oh man, I don't know, man. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that they've set up in the Pokemon lore that they could still touch on, and I would be like pretty interested.
Yeah, that's the thing that disappoints me is that it feels like they hint at a lot of stuff and they kind of like mention it, but then they're like, nah, fuck that, let's go to Europe. You know?
Yeah,
They kind of just ignore some of the more interesting stuff they touch on.
I feel like it's intentional though, because you don't want to really like spell out all of your shit, or else all the mystery's gone.
True, because Dark Souls is the same thing where it's like,
Dark Souls is like the story's incomprehensible, and if it was,
Yeah.
if you could understand it, it would be boring.
because in Red, you know, all the Mewtwo stuff, it never really
Yeah,
like
and then
directly
on
tells
top
you.
of
But
that-
you read a lot of stuff and you're like, this is really really cool. I wonder what happened here. You know?
And then like all the talk about how Red or not Red, who's the master in like the Crystal games and whatnot. Like,
What do you mean?
because you know how like you fight the Elite Four, and then there's that one person at the very end.
Oh, that is red.
that is Red.
Oh, the champion.
Yeah,
That is red.
Oh no, well he's not the champion. He is the at the end of Crystal and at the end of the second generation, you can go on Mount Silver
Yeah.
and Red is just chilling up there
but like
looking for a battle.
the fun part about that was the fact that you could talk to a bunch of people and they're all like, oh, there's this one really powerful trainer who like disappeared into the mountains or yada yada yada.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they talk about him. It was like, yeah, he's this fucking huge badass. I think even I don't want to call him Gary, but he's Blue in those games. He's the new gym leader for Giovanni's old gym.
Oh, that's cool.
He like mentions him, and he's like, "Yeah, you're tough, but you're not as tough as this guy."
Yeah, I love that thing where you're like, "Wait, there's something better than me out there."
Yeah,
I
remember when I first found that in the game. Like I was just fucking around. Like I knew nothing. I knew nothing.
Did you do what I did and got wrecked?
Yeah, I was nowhere near prepared.
Well, isn't there like a jump of like 20 something levels?
Yeah,
yeah. He has this like his Pikachu was like level 80 something.
Yeah, it's either 80 or 75. I can't remember.
And his the rest of his Pokemon are like in the 60s, and I think the strongest Pokemon you fight up to that point is like in the 50s. Yeah. So you gotta prepare.
Yeah, I've been watching videos on it because like I've never actually beaten I've beaten Sapphire and I've beaten like Leaf Green 100%.
Mm-hmm.
But I never beat I have an original Silver thing, like original Silver cartridge, but the battery's dead, so I can't like save on it. And I have Soul Silver somewhere. I thought I brought it down with me, but I think it's still in my my childhood home somewhere. But
yeah.
Fucking like I haven't beat those games, and like seeing all the shit they put into Soul Silver, I was like, fuck, where's my cartridge? Like, I was like, I know I have it. And the worst
wait till
part,
you play Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, because
yeah,
they got a ton of shit.
And then I was like, fuck. And then I looked online, I'm like, well, maybe I can just buy another one. And then like, that shit's expensive.
Yeah. Because Nintendo, for whatever reason, the price on their shit never drops. Like, it takes forever.
Well, it's like, I was looking at just, like, I didn't want to buy, like, the Pokewalk or whatever, because I'm just like, this is whatever. I don't need that.
Oh, yeah, I used to own one of those.
But,
I think I have an Eevee still trapped in one of those.
It's probably, like, level 100 now.
Yeah.
Like, but I just wanted to buy, like, the case in the game, right? It's, like, $300
Jesus.
on Amazon. I mean, like, I could probably find it cheaper on eBay, but, like, and, like, if you just buy the cartridge, it's, like, $30. I'm just like, fuck. And it's no Amazon Prime, so it's like, well, it's going to be here in, like, a month and a half. Or I could just, like, ask my mom, who's going to come down inevitably at some point to, like, look for this tiny cartridge in this sea of bullshit that I have there.
Yeah.
So I don't really have any good options.
Yeah.
Maybe I could jack somebody off my local GameStop and they'll give me a copy.
Maybe. You never know.
No, they'll still make you pay.
I mean,
That's how GameStop is.
I mean, but if they find me a copy.
Yeah.
Like, they'll get you a copy, but you have to return 12 games first. And you're only
that's
going
not
to
that
get,
hard,
like,
Right, yeah.
you're only going to get $4 from that.
Hey, you know what? I can just return, like, Street Fighter 5.
You could. That game's ass.
It's just the dude who plays it all the time.
I do play it all the time. But,
Actually, to be fair, though, I say the same thing about League, and I play that shit all the time.
like, the problem with Street Fighter is just there's like, everything's afloat. Like, there's no personality to the game. There's no personality. You don't go, like,
Anymore.
you don't go, hey, man, that dude's got a sick this, and that. It's like, oh,
That's a good way of putting it. There is no personality in Street Fighter 5. It really feels like sanitized and just kind of lifeless.
Yeah, it's bad. Like,
Meanwhile, Tekken is still the shit!
the shit. But yeah, no, it's like, the thing about Street Fighter is just like, it's fun. It's good to learn. Like, Street Fighter is just good to learn because it teaches you good fundamentals.
Yeah, that is like I don't want to like shit on Street Fighter or anything, but I feel like that's the only real reason to keep playing Street Fighter these days. Like, if you're not playing it at like a tournament level, like a pro level, like
I think I play.
Just learn the basics of Street Fighter.
I say I play at a tournament level. I don't play at a pro level though, nowhere near. But I definitely play. I think at a tournament level.
I mean, that's kind of a misnomer, because you can enter a tournament at any fucking skill level.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like, there's entering tournaments just to have fun, and then there's entering tournaments to actually compete. I
understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
To get paid.
I'm not. Oh no, I'm not competing. I did really good in Central Fiction, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a tournament on Monday, and I came in tied for first.
Nice.
But
So you came in second.
So I came in second because round robin.
Nice.
But yeah,
First loser.
yeah. But like, it's because I dropped a couple combos and I dropped my super, and I was like, damn it. But other than that, I think I did really well. And then I still suck at Unist.
Yeah, same.
I need a
Oh, I should probably pick that up. Actually,
I really
totally
gotta
forgot
work
to.
on the dildo lady.
yeah.
What's her name? Is it Lucy or Hildy?
It's Hilda.
Okay.
You're
I keep
gonna-
thinking her name's Lucy for some reason.
she's a zoner.
Anyway,
Anyways, yeah. So had a great time there. Had a great time. Not the podcast. The tournament. Tournament was absolutely fantastic. I love going to tournaments now.
Mhm.
I made $3. $3 whole dollars.
hey man, that's like half a gallon of gas.
I mean, you're not wrong. But yeah, I could have made more if I didn't lose that one match.
I would love to go to tournaments for fighters, but I feel like I just get mad.
That would be bad.
Yeah, so I'm just like, whatever.
Don't want to punch
I would like to go for Dragon Ball because I want to see what the crazy shit that people can do, you know?
Mhm.
It's some good stuff. I watch the dude who plays it there every week.
I think now that Hit's kind of viable,
It is.
I'd probably be all
Yeah,
right.
it is definitely viable now.
He's literally in like I've been watching some YouTubers and streamers videos. He's in like I shit you not like 50% of teams right now.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how he went from just no presence at all to being dominant, almost like Vegeta was.
He's got a
as like
shotgun.
an assist.
He's got a
Yeah.
fucking shotgun.
This is my boomstick.
I mean,
I don't know.
Stairs.
this is the stance.
Oh,
Boom. I just love the way the meter like depletes when he does that.
yeah,
Yeah,
it is great.
it looks nice. Yeah,
It does look.
I don't know, man.
It like
style.
it reminds
flair to
it reminds me of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Maximum. Every time you get into training room.
I finally figured out my fucking like 2 parts of my team. I'm still like trying to fix the 3rd character because I don't know who I want to play.
Mhm.
But I've got Blue Goku and I've got Bardock. And I finally figured out how to do the fucking corner combo with Bardock where you like spike him into the ground and then keep going.
Yeah, nice.
Mhm.
I'm
Oh
starting
my
to put
God.
more time in DBZ because the guy there. I'm gonna let the guy there teach me how to play.
Yeah. Well, guess I can't have fun anymore. See you later, boys.
I'm working on making you not have fun with 16 and Yamcha.
Consider the game dropped.
Just
Yeah, pretty much.
The whole point is to make you not have fun with 16 and Yamcha in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I already don't have fun.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Literally, the only reason I win is because you just 2H with Yamcha constantly.
Well, it's because I am terrible at getting in with Yamcha.
Yeah, walk up Dragon Rush, bro. When have I ever been able to tech that?
A couple times, and that's why I stopped
Yeah.
doing it.
Out of 100 or 1,000 or some shit. Like,
But I don't do it enough to know that you don't tech it.
the worst part is if I know it's coming, I can tech it. But if I don't know it's coming, I'm never prepped for it.
Yeah, I know.
And most of the times when I tech it, it's just like me spamming lights with Bardock trying to get in.
Yeah, which I also, that's the one thing that irritates. I mean, you don't do it as much now, but the one thing that irritates me so much is when you're just mashing light in the corner while I'm in the air. I'm like, oh,
Who does that?
I'm like, why are you just pressing buttons for no fucking reason?
You know what's funny? The team I played back then, that's like a viable strategy to get out when you know what you're doing. Because I played fucking Piccolo, who has like some of the fastest lights in the game.
Gotcha.
God, I hate Piccolo so fucking much.
I dropped him. I thought he was really cool when he was low tier, and I was like, oh, Piccolo's so cool. He's got this arm thing, and he can like grab people. And then
Yeah.
people started playing it, and I was just like, fuck. I don't want to play this anymore.
I feel like that's kind of why I play Balrog V-Trigger 2. V-Trigger 2 is ass.
Oh wait. Oh shit.
It's supposed to be built to make you get stunned faster and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
A basic combo with V-Trigger 1 will do 200, or it does 20, so out of 1,000, so it stuns out 1,000, right?
Okay.
The combo that I can do with V-Trigger 2 does 560 stun.
Okay.
The combo you can do with V-Trigger 1, the basic one, does 790. I'm just
So
like,
it's just
what the fuck is the point of V-Trigger 2?
yeah. That's why I dropped Piccolo, is because he started actually being good. And I was just like, well, shit, I don't want to play this character anymore.
I feel like you could say what the fuck was the point for a lot of things with Street Fighter.
Yeah, you like most people's V-Trigger 2 suck. Like absolutely, like they just put it in there to have variation, but no actual like.
Actually, you know whose V-Trigger 2 I like, even though it's probably bad? Is Ibuki's.
Kage. Oh, Ibuki.
Where she gets the Fuma Shuriken.
Gotcha.
Because her V-Trigger 1 is the fucking bomb.
Yeah,
and I cannot, for the life of me, figure out what the fuck to do with that.
So, basically what you do with the bomb is, especially if they're in the corner, you throw it, then you lock them down, and then you switch sides, and you lock them down, and you switch sides again, and you lock them down. They blows up, and then you get a side mix-up. You get a side 50-50 side swap with a high-low mix-up, and then you go into full combo off of it.
Okay, I'm going to pretend any of that shit made sense.
Alright, so let's just put this for dummies, right? Alright, you're going to throw the bomb, you're going to throw some knives. You're going to vanish, you're going to throw some knives. You're going to vanish, you're going to throw some knives. You're going to vanish, you're going to throw some knives. Eventually the bomb blows
explodes.
Up. Yeah.
And then you hit them with the fucking Rasengan, and then you win the game.
Yes, 100%. That's Ibuki in a nutshell.
Fantastic. Her and Menat, bro.
Oh man,
I love those characters.
I need to learn a zone.
I don't think I've ever even seen Menat used in a match ever.
I used her one time online.
I've seen more weird porn of her than I've actually seen her in fucking games.
Let's just put it this way: Menat is the most boring fight you'll ever see. Until she gets V-Trigger. And then it's the coolest shit you'll ever see. And then she loses V-Trigger, and then it's back to the most boring fight.
And you're back to being bored.
I mean, I'm sure that is the case at, like, a not shitty level, but at a shitty level, she's fucking awesome.
Yeah, so, like...
I mean, you can say that for any of those characters, really.
Like,
yeah, it's great.
The one cool thing about Menat that I will say is that her pressure is ridiculously powerful. Like,
I think it's
cool
that she has the orb.
Yeah, I was gonna say, especially at a high level.
Yeah, I think it's cool that like you can like there are attacks that the orb stays out for, and then you have to call back and like deal with that. Like that's cool. I like mechanics like that. Even if I'm not good enough to use them, like I like that that's in the game.
There's a guy who's at Combo Breaker using her. And basically he played her like Orianna, where she just left the orb out and fought like without the orb for a little bit, and then would call the orb back and like destroy people with their on their approaches because they're like, oh yeah, I can get on her. She doesn't have the orb. Ah shit.
I was playing Skullgirls with my girlfriend, and
all right, she's getting into that.
Yeah, well, she plays on the mobile version, which is a bit different than the
gotcha.
the PC version. It's a lot more.
That must be infuriating.
Does she play with the controller?
On the mobile?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
The mobile's versus computers, it's not versus people.
Well, I know that, but like, how do you? Where's the buttons?
It's like single. It's I don't know about actual movement, but I know the like special moves are like single button presses.
I see.
Yeah, they made it very much like a freemium kind of game. So
there's no motions, right? There's no motions.
Not that I know of.
Can you EX moves?
I don't know.
Okay.
But so getting back to that, we were playing the PC version.
Playing the PC
and the like the fighting game version.
Yeah.
And we were like one of those characters, I forget what the fuck her name is, but she's like a cat mummy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she can like
take her head off.
Toss. Yeah, she can toss her head, and I'm just like, what the? How the fuck do I get my head back? And so, like, I'm like trying to figure it out. I do the same motion. I don't realize you have to hold down the fucking button to get your head back.
Yeah.
I spent like I shit you not like 40 seconds of this match trying to get my head back. But like I like characters that have that kind of mechanic, especially when the mechanic you can use to like do damage. Like like Orianna, right? Like I used to play a shit ton of Orianna, and I like mechanics where you have like you can control a ball or you can control another thing kind of out there.
Okay.
It's cool.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. I'm looking at Skullgirls on the mobile now. I'm like, okay, that makes more sense. All right.
Yeah.
It's not an actual like full-on fighting game. It is a mobile fighting game.
Yeah. Again, don't know that much about it. She has fun with it, so.
Well, yeah, no. It looks like it's actually a lot of fucking fun. I just was like curious on how like moves work.
Yeah, I know that you can like upgrade them, and there's like different stars, but I don't really retain too much.
That's okay.
She talked about it at length, but it was just a lot of information to come at me.
It's a wall of information that you just could not break.
Yeah, pretty much. I was just like, but I can just DP in the normal one and moves work.
But yeah, so you guys were playing. You got to bring your head back.
Yeah, it was fun. I like that game. I like that game. I just wish I was. I wish fighting games for me didn't have such an insanely high barrier for entry.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, I mean that's probably the reason I liked fucking Dragon Ball so much.
You know, again, my whole thing about that is just I like combos. I understand they're hard to do, but I like combos.
Yeah, and I like having a player base.
Yeah, that's also nice. I wish.
I like that later. Like the better you get in Dragon Ball, the less you rely on auto combos. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Like I feel like the best combos in Dragon Ball are the ones that it doesn't really matter what you start with. It's just like what you do in the air.
Yeah. Aerial raids.
Like the fucking the Bardock like spike combo is actually just like it's so cool. Or like the Android 21 TOD.
See,
like,
the
or the 16 loops. By the way, you should learn the 16 loops so you can just fucking like piss me the fuck off.
I'm learning them right now.
Fuck you.
All right, but just so much spite. It's like I learned one little new technique in the game. You're just like, I fucking hate you.
I also like how he literally told you to learn them, and then he still tells you. Fucking
Yeah, right.
I mean, he's still playing 16. Like this, that doesn't change the fact he's playing 16.
Yeah.
But the one thing I like in fighting games the most is that every type of hit has a different combo that you do off of it. Like and especially in Marvel. In Marvel, it's like, did you hit him with this hit? Okay, you're gonna do this combo. Did you hit him with that hit? Then you're gonna do that combo. If you hit him with that hit, you hit him with that combo. Converting is awesome in Marvel.
Yeah. I don't know. I like games that have options, but more than that, I like games that have a route for beginners. I think allowing people to play the game without having to get into the game is a lot more important than people give you credit for.
I think you're right. I still don't like it.
I think it could have been done better with Dragon Ball, where, yeah, you probably should have been able to hit, like, every option in a combo you should have been able to do separately.
Yeah, like, I don't think the issue is, like, the full thing being auto combo based. I think the issue with my mindset is that if it's going to be square, I want that to be... So, yeah, I hate auto combos. You're right. Nope. Like, the way I'm thinking about it is there's sequencing, whereas, like, square is a different combo, but it stops there. Like, you get the 3 hits, and that's guaranteed, and that's all that is. It won't do the full combo for you, but it'll do the 3 hits that you're supposed to get. It's like in Street Fighter, there's certain combos where you don't have to link the combos, you just chain them, which is their target combos is what they're called in that game. I'm okay with target combos. I'm not okay with auto combos.
I think auto combos are perfectly fine in a game as long as they do not control the meta.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I think it would be good to have auto combos in games where you are able to use any move in the auto combo by itself, which, to be fair, Dragon Ball...
In most fighting games, they have that. It's called technical or simple.
Yeah, well... yeah, I'm talking specifically about Dragon Ball.
Yeah, no.
Because the light auto combo is the only auto combo that is actually unique.
I got you.
But, like, if that was one thing I would say, it was just like, hey, you should make these available to other players.
Yeah, because I know Marvel has an auto combo. Marvel 3 has an auto combo system, but it's defaulted to technical, and then you can click simple if you want.
Did not know that. May have to try it out again.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like Dragon Ball too much. It's just too cool.
There's nothing wrong with that. Dragon Ball is a great show, and it's a great game.
Yeah. I think the thing I like about it most is that I've been playing like Budokai and a bunch of the Dragon Ball games for a really long time, and a lot of them haven't necessarily been like they've been good games, but they haven't been good like fighting games. You know, they haven't been competitive.
They were never very complex, especially those Budokai Tenkaichi games.
Yeah, and it's like now we finally have a good Dragon Ball fighter that's like has a ton of fans, is at Evo, and it's just cool to see like a game be connected to the IP that I've spent basically like 15 to 18 years with.
Yeah.
And I'm hyped. I love how awesome the characters feel. Like, I'm someone who's been a Dragon Ball fan since I was probably like 5, and I fucking love the fact that every single character besides 16, fuck 16, I like in the game, and I feel like their personalities represented really well. And the game's just so cool. And you know, like I'm saying that fucking like what is it, like 2 years down the road?
Yeah.
Like a year and a half down the road. The game is still so fucking cool.
Yeah.
It's great. Oh my god. Fuck.
I think it's a pretty good game.
It's alright. Solid 6
God.
out of 10, I guess.
5 out of 7.
I would. Oh boy. All right. Deshaun, you have any fighting games? Oh wait, no, yours is Tekken. Never mind.
Tekken.
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah, I mean, I could just talk about Tekken for 2 hours.
Conversation's over. It's about Tekken, right?
Have you guys seen the auto chess craze that's been popping up lately?
The what?
Auto chess.
I'm happy about it.
What are you talking about?
So auto chess is this game. It was a mod for Dota originally, but everyone's kind of everyone's kind of like copying it now.
Yeah.
But like League has released their own version on the PvE right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Dota is making their own official version, and the dude who created the mod is making his own like split apart version. But
you know what League's about to release?
What?
A fighting game.
Everybody working on those games.
Oh yeah.
Because their company's about to go right the fuck under. Because their people running it are apparently sexist assholes.
Yeah.
Who aren't paying people.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
League's having some issues.
That fighting game is never coming out.
It's not.
Also, it's never ever coming out. Unfortunately.
Because that would be the biggest fucking roster in the world.
Well, that would have been my entry into League because it was by the Rising Thunder guys, and Rising Thunder was awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. The issue is that I don't want to like condemn the entire company for the case of like one office.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I can't just like be silent and be like, well,
I like the games they make.
Yeah, well, it's like,
right, yeah.
At what point do I say like, well, I like the games they make, but I also don't agree with that. But the game that they make is really fun, and I really like playing it.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't really be like, well, fuck Riot, because it's like I like their games. But at the same time, it's like, that obviously should not be in the workplace, and so I'm kind of stuck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things where, like, you can't really look at every company and be like, I'm not going to play your games because you're evil, because every fucking company is evil, right?
At some aspect, in some sort of...
Yeah, so it's like, especially if you've already been playing the game and then you find out all this shit's happening, you really got...
It's like...
Well, it's like, how much of it was... I would like to know, like, I would like to be part of the conversation of how much of it was strictly this one office, right? Because it was just like the one in LA/Irvine, as far as, or not Irvine, LA/like West LA.
Well, as far as I know, it's like the higher ups at Riot, like the people in charge.
Yeah,
it's probably like some sort of like boys club or whatever.
Yeah, and it's like, well, how much of that is Riot Korea? How much of that is Riot Japan? How much of that is Riot fucking EU West?
You don't want to like stop supporting the games and fuck over all these other offices, you know?
Yeah, it's just like it just happens to be the one that's like most famous.
Yeah.
And
also speaking of this, go ahead. Cause we'll talk about something else in a second.
And they've already like suspended the dude, but they haven't fired him yet. So
yeah.
But yeah, so like, other than that, I want to hear about your tweet about Rooster Teeth.
That's what I was gonna get into.
Okay.
What the fuck? Wait, what the? Hold on, I gotta look this up.
So apparently, it's come out that Rooster Teeth, the people in charge, the people running Rooster Teeth, are basically doing the exact same thing as they are Riot, but they're crunching. They're basically crunching people. They're promising like, oh, don't worry, you'll get this promotion, and they'll never get a promotion. People get fired. People are overworked.
Now,
people are not being helped.
Are we talking about the higher ups that are on the face of the company? Or are you talking about the higher ups who actually own the company?
The people who both.
Okay, so like Matt Holm and
it's like the people who are originally doing it, and then the faces who they've been bringing in. Because apparently the thing is like if you're not like a popular if you're not like the face, you're not on the streams and on the YouTube channel, or whatever. If, people aren't seeing you, they don't give a fuck about you, really. Apparently, the way it's run, like the people who are supposed to be in charge are not really good at their jobs. They don't want to hire people who actually know what they're doing.
Do we have a article?
It was on a I can't remember there's a link to the article, but I can't remember the name of the people. Let me look for it right quick because I had it. Because I saw it on a Tumblr post and I clicked the link from the Tumblr post.
Because I'm curious because I watch a shit ton of Rooster Teeth content. Like
apparently the Ruby stuff is where a lot of it is.
I also wonder how. I wonder how much is being taken with context because I know a couple of people who worked at Rooster Teeth and really liked it. And that's not to say that
I saw it's because basically what it is like somebody basically was asking people who worked there and looking for interviews about like what was going on.
Yeah, but do you think this could be another one of those yellow journalism type thing?
No, because the way people were describing it, it was like people were saying the same thing but in different ways essentially. So it was like you weren't being asked the exact same questions. You were basically just asked, hey, what's it like working here? And then they were kind of just telling you. Okay. So let me see.
Because like the issue I always find with these type of things is that some people just have a bad experience because they're that kind of person who just had.
There were way too many of these little interviews and comments to be just to have it just be like a couple people who were disgruntled employees. Well, it was like
I'm not even talking about disgruntled employees. I'm just talking about like people who just generally don't get along with others. So it always seems like. But you're saying there's more, so that's all I was making sure. Because there was a lot of shit. Because there's a lot of times where like people go like me working at Kohl's. Like, working at Kohl's wasn't bad, except for the fact that there were managers who just didn't talk to each other enough. So, like, issues arise from that. But other than that, working at Kohl's actually is not that bad. Mm-hmm. But if you ever ask me about how it was to work at Kohl's, I'd be like, it's fucking ass.
Yeah, because it's a fucking, what is it? Retail.
Yeah.
Retail just sucks in general.
Yeah, that's true.
I gotta keep my mouth shut for a little bit.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Nothing's wrong with your place. Nothing at all.
What the fuck? On the independent animation scene, Rooster Teeth is akin to Disney.
I mean, they are pretty damn good at what they do.
I guess.
The issue is, like,
here it is. It was okay. So it's a Glassdoor, which I guess is like a review.
Can you link it in the Discord?
Yeah.
Or like, I'll send it to you. Because I want to read this for myself.
You can just put it in.
I want to make sure it's
Drowning Pool's chat. That's where you can put it.
Oh well.
He's like,
here's the article I found. Oh well, fucking Google. Hold up, Google is making everything so fucking difficult right now.
Fucking Chrome, bro.
Fucking Chrome, because it won't just it does that thing where like you search it and then you click on the link, but it doesn't actually take you to the link. It takes you to the Google version of the link.
Oh,
where it still says Google in the URL, but it's just aggravating. Here we go. I just found the. Oop. So this, okay, see. Jordan Whitman, former creator of Nomad of Nowhere, has come out and publicly confirmed the Glassdoor reviews are true. Let's see. Is there a... It's a long post, too, so I'm trying to... I have to, like, scroll all the way to the fucking bottom of it to actually send it to the Discord.
Wait, Jordan, isn't that the animator? Like,
for some show.
Well, isn't he also the one that does Rooster Teeth animated?
Who was it? Jordan...
Whitman, I think you said.
Whitman.
Yeah, it's spelled with like almost like George. Hold up. Yeah, Georden. I'm gonna put it in. I think I got the link to the Tumblr post that had all that shit.
He is not the head.
He used to work there, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah.
He worked on
Yeah.
one of their shows.
He worked on probably what's it called? Corporate responsibility should never fall for employees and fans. That was the one you're talking about.
Here we go.
Wait a minute. What the fuck? Oh, I think I just set the wrong
You
link.
linked to Tumblr.
You
I'm
linked to
retarded.
Tumblr, yeah.
No, I mean I meant to link to Tumblr, but I just sent the wrong post.
Oh, okay.
I think I scrolled down too fast and I just missed it.
The exploitation of American creators. Here we are.
Yeah.
Is that the article you're talking about?
Well, I'm trying to get the thing that just directly shows you people's reviews of. There we go.
Damn, dude. Cinder, though.
Right, yeah, all that Cinder beef. Hopefully, this is the right thing. There we go. This should be the right thing.
All right.
Because if it was only like 3 or 4 of these reviews, I'd be like, this is probably just people who don't like the environment. But this is like a bunch of people, so it's you know. There was one in there though that I was like, okay, you're probably just a little whiny. Because they were complaining about shit that really had nothing to do with anything, but the rest of them are all pretty legit. Yeah, also like seasons being made for free and stuff because people are getting paid overtime.
So,
And a lot of it really just seems like it's not even like it's malicious. It's just, or like they're trying to like screw people out of what they deserve. It's just they just don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to really manage this
a
stuff.
lot of it seems like it's a lot of it seems just to be the animated side of the company.
Well, it's like
Which, I mean, is the side to me that matters, you know?
Yeah.
the other thing,
Because that's where all the hard work is.
Yeah.
The other thing that is kind of popping up here is that this is extremely common for animation.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, which is still shitty.
yeah, I'm not
fair.
saying that it's correct. I'm just saying that like
Because this is
not
happening.
Rooster
This is happening
Teeth.
like this is happening in the
Specifically.
Japanese animation industry too.
Yeah.
Well, and this happens not so much at Disney because fucking they can't afford to have this shit happen, but like
Yeah.
in most of the other like animation places in America, like this is extremely common. Not to say that it's
It's not okay.
not okay,
Like it's
no, but
it's not something that you should just be like, oh well, you know, it happens a lot.
everyone
so
else does it, so it doesn't matter.
yeah,
yeah.
you know, it's something that should still be addressed. And I think I saw an article that said some guy stepped down like a day ago.
Yeah. Well, and
Yeah,
it's
like,
like,
they have like advice to management sections and.
well, it's like one of these questions, like, how are you going to handle crunch this year? Instead of getting a clear answer, the head of Rooster Teeth animation department completely dodged the question. It's like, well, fuck, I don't know. Like, what do you want them to say? Like, I understand that this is bad. Like, that's not to understate that, but like, at some point, you just have to look at like what they have to deal with, and you have to be like, well, fuck, I don't know. Like, there's only so much that we can do to continue, like, keeping this process alive.
Well, the people working on it there's literally like an advice to management section where they're like, hire people who know what the fuck they're doing, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you have the money to do that. Like, hire people who know how to handle this stuff instead of like just you and your bros running a company, you know, because you think it'll be easy. Hire people who know what the fuck they're doing. Don't just give the people empty promises and tell them things are going to get better eventually, you know, actually work to make stuff better. Because apparently what everybody's saying is that they keep getting told, don't worry, things will get better eventually. You'll get your extra pay and blah, 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 and then nothing ever happens, you know?
Yeah, that needs to be fixed.
Yeah, so, like, that's the kind of shit that bothers me a lot. And I was reading an article yesterday about the Japanese animation industry is basically going through the exact same thing because young artists and animators don't want to work for these companies that are gonna fucking work them to death. You know?
Yeah. One thing that's popping up in this is that, like, it's highlighted here. It's crunch isn't worth it and doesn't work. Well, that's just blatantly false.
Well, there have been studies that say it isn't worth it and does not work.
Yeah.
Well, I agree that it isn't worth it, but it very obviously fucking works.
No,
it doesn't. Look at it does not work. Look at Anthem.
No one gives a shit about EA.
Okay, so like the thing about crunch and it does not work. The whole point is that you could have gotten the same results if you didn't do crunch. Is what the article basically comes down to, is that the results of crunch cause the work ethic to drop significantly.
Yeah. And people are like making mistakes, and then they gotta go back and fix those mistakes, which takes even more time, which causes more crunch, which causes more mistakes, which means they gotta go back and fix those mistakes, which means it causes more crunch. It's an endless cycle.
Now, obviously, there are certain companies that, or not companies, but certain creators, because it usually comes down to like a couple employees, that make it work and they get it done properly, and then they're exhausted afterwards. But they at least did their job and didn't fuck up.
There's like crunch where the company is basically forcing you to, not really forcing you, but being like, oh, you're not going to crunch? Well, we'll see what happens to your job. You know, it's that kind of thing. There's that kind of crunch, and there's crunch like what's his name that's doing, like the dude who's doing, I can't remember his name, Sakurai doing Smash Brothers. Yeah. He has to be on a fucking IV drip to do the game because he works so fucking hard. You know, like there's being passionate about it, and then there's like, I might not have a job if I don't do what they say. You know,
I feel like Sakurai is spite passion at this point. You fucking want some more?
Yeah,
you fucking want some more?
Yeah, he's like, okay, I'll give you everything you fucking want. I'll give you every fucking character. Don't ever ask me for shit.
I love.
Yeah, it's
oh man, but yeah,
I think like somebody at Nintendo was like, yeah, we had to like forcefully get him to stop working because he was just working way too fucking hard. He's gonna die.
So
I don't know.
But yeah,
the issue that I find with this shit is the same issue that I find with a lot of stuff, which is that people who are outside of the industry don't have a full scope of the issue.
Mm.
Yeah. I will say though, the Rooster Teeth animation department has grown like tripled its size in like the last couple years, and anybody who grows that fast is going to have a shit ton of issues.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
like,
no.
Again, hire people who know what the fuck they're doing and can handle it. You know,
that's something that.
And another thing on here is like their like the time. I think I saw someone said like they have no idea about like the timing of animation and how to like, you know, like they're trying to get them to pump out stuff way too fast and shit like that, which is the problem in every fucking animation thing.
Yeah, always.
So it's like
and like I don't know anything about this, so I'm not even gonna talk about it. I was gonna talk about something about Monty, but I'm like, wait a second, I know nothing about Monty. What am I trying to say?
Monty seems like the kind of guy who did it because he really
enjoyed it.
doing
it. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sad to hear that he's gone and everything, but like I don't know anything about his actual like, because from what I've heard, his work ethic was the best, and I feel like that might be the reason why the animation.
So they expect that level of work out of all of them.
Yeah, but like again, I don't know.
But for free, and you know.
But you can't say anything too much because we don't know anything about that kind of aspect of him.
Yeah, we don't know about his specific
so
involvement and his level of passion.
Yeah. So screw that point goes away. Throw it out the window. Bad point. But yeah, no. From the looks of it, it's just because the company itself is so public and other companies don't talk about this as much because no one wants to talk about this.
Well, I mean, when I first heard the story, no one was talking about it. Yeah. And no one's really talked about it for a while. Like, no one's really talked about it for like a week.
To be fair, like the literal next post in this fucking Tumblr is
the
CEO of the company. Yeah.
Yeah.
So at least they've acknowledged it. But it's like... Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I said, like I think somebody like stepped down, like somebody who's like head of something stepped down, I saw.
Yeah, he was the head of studio for animation.
I can't remember his name.
But like, the issue I have with this is that it's less of...
You just saw this guy's name. Yeah, he's division head at... Yeah, division head steps down Rooster Teeth Animation.
What was his name?
I'm trying to find it.
Gray something. Gray Haddock.
Okay.
The issue that I have is that a lot of these people don't take these issues at a company level. They take them at a personal level. You know? And like, it's not to say that workers are expected to do this shit constantly. I mean, obviously animators are because they get butt fucked, but like, it annoys me because people are like, oh, companies should be moralistic, and they shouldn't do this to their workers. It's like, no, companies are there to make money, and if they have a monetization system that requires this kind of shit, like, yeah, of course they're gonna do this.
I don't really give a shit about companies being moral at all. They could fucking stomp babies to death for all you give a fuck. But pay the people who are stomping the babies, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I can see that.
do right by your employees at the very least, you know?
Yeah, and it's just
keep
like
everything in house the best you can.
Yeah, that's like the main issue, is that it's just like, but like all this other shit is, I don't know, it's like, I don't know, it just
it sucks. It sucks. Like, there's nothing.
I just don't like people who lay this shit out and then don't explain it as a whole. Because if they want to talk about like crunch time as a whole in animation, I guess they kind of do it here, where they say like crunch is a problem. It's like one little paragraph in this entire post, but like, I don't know. Like,
I will say the majority of the issues that it really talks about is crunch time and workflow issues, which are the only like real negative things I'm seeing. Which,
well, I've seen other stuff about how like I said earlier, like if you're not like Michael or whoever the fuck else, they don't give a fuck about
quote
you,
unquote
really.
Talent.
Yeah, if you're not talent, if you're not, you know, the big YouTuber face, they don't give a shit about you.
I mean, it's
like I say, it's like here you're not a group of guys playing Halo in your apartment anymore. Please run your business and look what's happened to it. You know, like
honestly, that sounds like a business to me.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, like they don't.
If you're not important, why should they care about you? That is a business right there.
But
that's not good. That's not a good company thing. Idea. Mentality to have at all.
I will say this though,
they should care about your employee, every single one, down to the fucking janitor wiping the toilets, dude.
Yes,
like they should care about everybody.
But
it's a little ridiculous to be like they shouldn't give a fuck about you if you're not the face of the company. That's a little silly.
The issue again is that they don't. It's not really saying why they feel like that, because if you aren't putting yourself out there as a person who needs to be recognized, then you're not going to get recognized. It's just, that's how it is. So again, having less crunch time where you can actually socialize is probably one of the big things. So like, that's another reason why I'm sure they feel the way, is because if you're stuck in crunch, you don't have time to socialize and talk to other people
Well, it's this one here also says it's not a professional environment to work in. There are cliques. There are
yes,
that's just going to happen anywhere though.
People making fun of other people in departments.
The making fun part, I don't know, but I do understand there's cliques. There's definitely cliques in the team for sure.
It's almost like this company of 500 or however many employees is filled with people instead of robots. It's almost like people do this shit by themselves.
I mean, so they're people, so should they be cared about then?
Yes, they should.
Because if you don't care about them, then you're just gonna treat them like robots.
Again, we don't know.
If you shouldn't care about them, then they're just robots.
We don't know the people's personalities to that level where you can't understand if they're actually getting attention and not knowing it, or if they're not getting any attention at all.
I'm more upset about the personality stuff than I am about like the overtime that isn't paid, or like management not sticking to schedules and stuff, because that shit should be attended to.
Yeah,
they should be paid overtime. They should like management should stick to schedules. They should make up for promises or whatever.
And
they should also stop lying to their employees and stop saying, "Don't worry, you'll get a raise or you'll get a promotion or whatever," and then not give it.
Although that happens a lot in all business, not just animation, but yes,
and it's still bullshit. It's still 100%. Fucking stupid and bullshit.
It's like, oh yeah, we'll give you we'll go ahead and give you full time, and we'll also raise you $1 next week. Oh, we only could schedule you 27 hours this week. Wait, didn't you just say I was gonna get? Oh yeah, but we just hired 2 new people, so we can't do that. Oh, don't worry though, someone else is quitting. You'll get their hours. That person doesn't quit. Oh, they decided they weren't. It's just
but like I don't get the whole like. You can't blame the company for.
Sure, I can.
For what people do, like individual clicks and stuff.
But if
Okay.
the people who run the company are the ones doing this to the employees, then I can blame the company.
You can blame the higher ups. Yes, you can.
Yeah, which is what I'm doing.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that Derek, I feel like, is wrong on that point. But you have to understand the way where Derek's coming from is that people are going to be people, and if you have a big company like this, your departments are going to talk about other departments.
So should I not call them out for that? Should I not be like, that's bullshit? Should I not be like, you shouldn't do that? Should I not be like, hey, how about you guys have a professional work environment and stop fucking people over all the time?
Your HR team should be doing that, yes.
Which they aren't. Which is in this post.
Okay. Well, HR needs to step their game up then.
Because all HR says is like, don't worry, you have unlimited, what is it? You have unlimited appointments like where was it? I literally just looked at it. But basically say you have unlimited appointments. Like if you feel like you're not being treated well, you have unlimited appointments with like some sort of psychiatrist or whatever, or like HR. Let's see. There you go. Unlimited mental health doctor appointments. You know, which that means nothing if it's not going to change anything. You know, don't worry. We'll tell you you're okay and everything's fine, but then you're just going to go back to work, and then the same shit's going to keep happening to you. You know, like it's not that's not a solution. You know.
Yeah.
HR is not doing their job.
But yeah. All right, I get it though. Yeah. Okay.
I don't.
Well, I mean, I get the article is what I'm saying.
Well,
I know.
It'll. We'll see what happens down the road. That's all I gotta say. We'll see what happens.
probably nothing because everybody loves Rooster Teeth and will keep making excuses for them. So. Not It's how people. That's how people are, Cameron. They'll just keep making excuses because people love Ruby and they love Genlock and they love the Rooster Teeth guys and all that shit.
I mean, I like the Rooster Teeth guys, yes, but I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
give a shit.
But the thing is,
and if I did like the Rooster Teeth guys, this would probably turn me against them.
I was gonna say
this is bullshit.
I don't partake in their animation studios that much. Like most of their animation stuff, I don't really watch. The only animation stuff I watched really is the RT animated adventures. But I don't watch many other big productions. I mean, I kind of want to watch Ruby. I watched the first 2 seasons, but like that was it.
I watched like the first 3 episodes, and I was like, nah.
Yeah,
I'm out of here.
Like anything that wasn't an action scene in those first couple episodes was.
I remember those cool like little like introduction things they did for each character.
Yeah,
those were awesome.
Yeah, guess what? Anytime there was an action scene, it was awesome. Anytime there wasn't an action scene, it looked like.
Well, because I mean that was how Montague did. Like when they were just walking around, they would look kind of stiff and weird.
So
but when they were jumping around fighting, it was cool.
It was fluid as shit as soon as the fight started.
Yeah.
Like, why can't you keep them on the same plane? Like they're walking up a hill. Why does it look like they're walking?
Oh yeah, it would look like they were like in a video game, like where you would walk up something, you kind of like jut and stutter up the hill
like
and
each
shit.
stair, you're not putting your foot on the stair. You're putting on the hitbox of the stair.
Yeah. But you know what? Like, because I think even I mean, this is an older show, but Reboot used to do that, and I mean, I gave that a pass. So
yeah, fair. But
still,
yeah. Alrighty.
It just looks funny. I think more shows should do that because it looks funny. I think you should be willing to be like, fuck it, it looks stupid. You know?
Yeah.
We're just having a good time.
As long as like the aesthetics and everything else is cool, like the story's fine and whatnot. Yeah. I think those can get a pass every now and then. But that is a podcast.
Oh, we didn't even do our weeks. Oh,
nope. Well. No weeks this week.
Damn, because I had stuff to talk about too. Well, I'll talk about it next week.
This is a working man's podcast. We don't do anything.
True.
We just.
I mean, I did stuff.
I did too.
But
I went to. Oh, you know what? Right before. One thing I really, really wanted to mention this week is, hey, anybody in the future, if you're going to give yourself a nickname and go to like tournaments that they play video games, it's probably not good to give yourself a name that everybody says constantly.
Why? What was it?
Buttons.
Oh.
Since like my brain has now trained itself to not react to people saying buttons while saying words before it. Because every 5 seconds someone would yell like something about buttons and my head would turn. I'm like, oh, they're not even talking to me.
But you know what? I feel like that would happen all the time because people call themselves like low tier god or like people who just call themselves something that has to do with fighting games in general.
But like
called yourself like Super Scrub or something, or
but like no one just
Match Lord.
I was gonna say no one just says Super Scrub in like day-to-day conversation. Typically, they don't go, "Oh man, you're a Super Scrub." Like, no one says.
But like, what if they're like you hear someone say it in the distance and you think they're talking to you, but they're not.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I mean. Like,
I'm sure that happens too. I'm just saying, like, it's probably best not to do that though.
Yeah.
My name is I Press the Buttons. Guess what? Everyone says something about buttons at a fighting game tournament. Oh, my buttons ain't working. Oh, that's a good button.
I'm just mashing buttons.
Yeah. And I'm just like, I look over, I'm like, are they? Oh no, they're not. They're not. They're really not. Why does anyone?
Not talking about me. Yeah.
My favorite things is like, man, you're just pressing the buttons, and I'm like, oh fuck,
that's me.
That's me. And I'm like, oh shit, nope, that's not me. Never mind.
That's funny.
But yeah, so like it's just fun because, but the few people that actually do know my name always make a joke about it while I'm playing. They're just like, hey man, you need to press the buttons, and I'm like, but I am.
Yeah.
And I'm still getting my ass whooped.
That's me though.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
That's funny. All right then.
All right.
I guess I'll talk about Katana Zero next week.
Where can we find you guys?
You can find me at Mr. Urban Buddha on YouTube, Mr. Urban Buddha on Twitter, and The Urban Buddha on Twitch. Although I might have to change that because I think someone's been trying to hack my Twitter or my Twitch.
My brother had an issue with that too, so you might want to change that password.
Because I was getting like the texts for like the code you have to put in to get certain stuff and like to change your password and stuff like that. And I was getting the emails too. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
somebody fucking my
shit?
shit?
You should probably do that. My brother had to do that. He got hacked.
I've changed my password like 3-4 times, so I don't know.
Damn, that sucks.
So, but it seems like it's slowed down or stopped. So
I got you.
Hopefully it's fine.
And Derek, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter. I just changed my name, so you can find me on Twitter if you just look up Came in Second, and on YouTube and Twitch at Came in Second.
All right, and you can find me at I Press the Buttons on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Yeah. And that's all we got for you today. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, play Golden Sun.
You thought I wasn't going to talk about Golden Sun?
I already said it.
Yeah, I know.
Get the fuck out of here. Laugh at yourself. Have a good day.